All right.
Here we are.
Here we are. We're live.
Live.
Hamm and Beer Man.
Hamm and the Beer Man.
I got an echo.
Hey, David.
What is it?
You got the Talladega flu this morning?
There's
been a couple people had the Talladega flu. You know what the Talladega flu is?
Not really.
Not really? That's when you wake up the next morning after watching Talladega race after 29 beers and you're like, man, I don't feel really good. I think I got that Talladega flu.
Oh, is that what it is? All right. Scott's got my patriotic hat on.
That's it. That's it. It was a national holiday this past weekend. I always tell people. They go, what do you mean? I go, it's Talladega. It's a national holiday. So it was a good race. I thought I had a good time. I don't know, David, did you think it was a good race?
Yeah, sure.
The results, if you're a Ford fan, weren't the greatest, but the Fords showed strong. I mean, they had fast cars all day. Joey Logano led the field quite a bit. But
so I'm David Hamm. David Hamm. And 25-year NASCAR engine builder and 7-year Jackman retired. And this is the Beer Man.
Beer Man.
Trevison. So together we got a combined 40 years in NASCAR.
That's right.
And so I'm wearing my new shirt. If you'd like to have one of these for yourself.
That's it right there.
I'll put a link below. I got a lot of compliments about this. We went out to Merle Fest and was walking around.
Saturday was a great time.
People complimenting. And so today I'm wearing my DH hat. Stands for David Hamm. Actually, it stands for Daryl Harwood, but he had a little benefit to benefit Allie Davis and Kannapolis we went to on Sunday. Benefit cancer. Keep cancer in the it's give cancer the boot. With Daryl Harwood. All right, so we're gonna get started here. And see who's all watching. I can't see anybody's comments right now. I was hoping maybe somebody would have their phone
let me pull
where we could see some comments and such.
Yeah.
And we could get maybe Tracy could come out and give us some commentary.
Feedback.
I'm just kind of waiting on a few more people to join in. And for some reason, I've got the webcam up, but I don't see any. I might have to get. Well, we got Beer Man's phone coming over here. So
there we go.
Let's see if we can get
all kinds of comments
here. Let's see if we got us echo again.
Live.
All right, let's see what.
Okay, you run the machine here.
All right, that'll work. Okay, good deal. So as I said, my name is David Hamm, 25-year engine builder in NASCAR, 7-year Jackman, and this is Beer Man. He worked with the Coors team. He was the Coors Light guy, the Coors guy, Coors Banquet, whatever you want to call it.
Hospitality.
He ate, drank, slept, breathed, and smoked Coors.
Yep, yep, we had a good time.
Yes, we've had some.
Take care of Sterling, driver appearance.
And Kyle Petty
Kyle Petty, love Kyle.
2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Robbie Gordon for about a year. Grammy.
Yeah.
A good time.
And so stick around near the end of this. We're going to have a quiz. We're going to have a little quiz near the end. But we're here to talk about NASCAR. We're going to talk about the Talladega race.
Woo!
It just happened. We're going to have a recap of the Geico 500.
Yeah, baby.
Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race at Talladega Super Speedway. And preview the next coming at Dover International Speedway, May 5th.
Next weekend.
2019, May 5th.
Did you know that they changed the name of Talladega this past weekend?
To Talladega, okay.
No, it used to be called Talladega. Now it's called Chasadega.
I was waiting for something about
Chasadega, baby.
Yeah.
Beer Man just coined that phrase. You'll see it on banners. You watch come fall.
I wonder Chase is going to be the new guy to pull for there.
Come on. You didn't hear the stands up there?
No, that's why I say I wonder how the perception is on that. Because, when Earnhardt would take the lead, the stands, it seemed like everybody was cheering. The whole stands.
Give it in 1 or 2 more races. It'll be Chasadega for sure.
And we're going to talk about a little bit about Earnhardt. And speaking of Earnhardt,
it's his birthday.
Today's his birthday. He would have been 68 years old.
Yes, sir. Number 3.
So we'll talk about him in a little bit. But I know I always talk about how he ran over my foot. That's like my claim to fame,
Got your Earnhardt moment?
Yeah, and I got a good picture of him going by Wilkesboro last
Wolfboro.
year we raced there in
Yeah.
'96. He was going by, and I was out there sweeping up lug nuts after one of our pit stops. And I don't remember where he ran over my foot. It might have been Darlington or somewhere. But
did you see the
he was
Wilkesboro
always
track
real close to
on
cutting
the
off.
way to Merlefest?
No, I didn't. I went up 115.
Those little old weeds when we first last left there.
Yeah,
dude, our trees growing up to the grandstands.
growing the trees.
Yeah, you go 421 just the next couple exits is Merlefest.
Yeah, I went the shortcut. I cut through to 115 and went up that way.
It was Dale Earnhardt's birthday. Happy birthday, Dale Senior.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject, Lily and Miss Brenda Jackson, Dale's wife.
Oh yeah,
Dale's Jr. and Kelly's mom.
Yeah, their mom passed away last
so,
week.
Bless her soul.
And you know, somebody else that passed away. Dadgummit. Hold on, I got mine blank. But something else I was going to talk about. I'll get back. And at Talladega, I guess that would have been his last win of his career. But do you remember that win? That was big because he was running in like 18th position.
Oh, and he was last Talladega, yeah.
And he was running in like 18th position, and he moved all the way to the front and ended up winning that race. I always thought that was pretty incredible.
Herm.
Herminator from Kenny Wallace.
That's right.
And the other thing,
Square D car.
The time I think I was in 99.
98.
It wasn't that. It was whenever, I think it was at Daytona in 96. You know what? I don't remember. I wish I'd looked this up. Anyway, I remember him coming in. He got up on his roof. The car was tore all to pieces. So he goes and asks if he gets in the car down on pit.
Like a Volkswagen bump because
was
it kind of was round.
Yeah.
You know?
He hit right near us on the pit lane. And I was so impressed with that.
Bungee cords and
the only time I'd ever, bungee cord. I had to make a new rear deck out. Was a guy named Tom McCord that raced dirt tracks down in Gastonia and Carolina Speedway. And I remember seeing him flip his car over. They pushed it back over, and he got back out there and won the race. Crazy stuff like that. But Earnhardt was extremely impressive that way. You know, we're just talking about him because it's his birthday.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
But what I was, all right. So anyway,
get to the race.
We'll get to the race. So the 3-car of Austin Dillon, we'll go over who won the race, but I'm just going to recap some of the stuff.
Wait, can we do a disclaimer here?
I'm just going to say he started.
Can we do a disclaimer here?
What is it?
We're all Ford fans here, everybody, right? We all love Ford. We all bleed Ford blue, right?
Yes.
This is a Chevrolet weekend, okay? That's all we're going to say, okay? So we're not going to promote the Chevys here by no means, the red bow tie. We are blue oval fans, true and true, okay?
Yes.
Right. So we all know that, but for some reason, all the talk, the Chevys needed to do something, and they had to step it up, and they did it this past weekend.
They did.
But the Fords were all day. The Fords could catch them, man. That Ford train, the Chevys would get out there, but that Ford train up, and they would just catch up. It was all team orders and.
Yeah, it's not like the Fords got left in the dark. They just
no.
They just wasn't there on that last lap.
But go ahead. So the 3-car, it got the pole.
Yeah,
Austin Dillon, right? And that was pretty cool. And then just to add insult to injury, the Tyler Reddick, Richard Childress car, the 2-car, won the Xfinity race, and that was the first time Richard Childress raced and won an Xfinity race at Talladega. That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
With all the Richard Childress racing it the next first time.
Yeah. So there we go. It was a Chevrolet weekend, I suppose. But I'll say hey to
I'm sorry, everybody.
Rachel and Terry and D-Lo.
Give me my condolences.
And
but if Chevy goes away, then we got nobody to pull against because of Toyotas. There are only a few of them on the side. So we're going to give and it did give the win to Chase Elliott. So that was a good. Go ahead.
So then we had Ford on the front row with Austin Dillon. Began to race the 10-car. He was on the outside, wasn't he? 10-car, I believe it was.
Yep. The bacon car. Yeah.
So
the bacon man.
Then we had the stage 1 winner was Ty Dillon.
Yep, Chevrolet.
So that was his second stage win this year.
Yep.
Stage 2 winner was Chase Elliott. Who in the end ended up winning the race. But one of the things I was impressed with in the race was the pit stop by Brad Keselowski.
Yes.
He basically got spun backwards into his pit. He's like, hey, I'm just going to stay here.
I gave him a 9.0
as long as you're in a
on
pit
that
stop.
one.
I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah. But back in the day when they used to have pit road, when they first started the pit road, speeding penalties, remember? if you got your car 90 degrees angle or anything out of shape, that was a penalty. And that was one of the first time they started.
Yeah, and then at one time you had to have 3 tires in the pits or something.
But still, that's still pretty dangerous to get them cars spinning around. But good kudos to
Fortunately,
NASCAR.
Nobody was out there on the pit road that got run over or anything.
That's right.
So about lap 11, caution came out when Bubba was bump drafting Ryan Blaney, caused a big old wreck, took out some really good cars, like took out Harvick. I saw that the hauler leaving pretty early in the race.
Yeah,
right after they got it loaded.
There's
Boyer got injured. I mean,
we could do a question. You could post down here. What are some of the superstitions some of the superstitions that you do at the track or don't do at the track? Like peanuts. You never have peanuts in the pits. You don't want a green car.
Dude,
how many green cars 13. Did you see yesterday, man?
They've changed it.
Right, a lot of green cars.
They changed that way of thinking.
And then I heard yesterday, you don't wear a suit and tie to the pits, and you don't wear plaid. Because they had the Bush Beer man. They had the Bush Beer guy in the pits. So you see that on TV?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the guy doing the Bush commercials, and he got that plaid Mountain Man shirt, dude. He was in there. And he was wearing a plaid shirt. So.
Wonder why that was to do with the plaid. I've never heard that one before.
That's what they said. Somebody said that. Maybe DW or.
Linda's saying. Yeah. Linda says his gas man looked confused. Yeah, I guess you couldn't really guess. I mean, he'd have to run around the other side. I wonder if NASCAR allows that.
Yeah, imagine if they were doing 4 tires, but they were only doing 2 rights. Mm-hmm. So they adjusted pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, well, if y'all notice this right here, this will probably be gone this time next week, maybe.
Tom Dooley.
Because I got the old Tom Dooley play coming up. And that's, So here's the Tom Dooley thing we're doing. We got that coming up right this week.
Yep.
Starts tomorrow night.
Yep.
Hang your head, Tom Dooley. Hang your head and cry. You kill Lori Foster, and now you're bound to die. So that's the deal with that. All right, so back to the race. We had the 7 to go. Chris Buescher spins after being tagged by Dan Benedetto. And his so he went flipping on the last. The 42. This was after I didn't really see how that got started, but I know Stenhouse hit the wall. He just went flat towards the wall.
Right, and they didn't throw the caution. They didn't throw the caution because he come down.
Try to keep it going, I guess.
Still rolling, right.
And then next thing you know, Larson's out there. He went.
Well, no, Larson was taking flying lessons on the backstretch.
Yes.
Toward the very, he thought he could fly, and he thought he was at the airport right next to him.
I reckon so.
I think it was like if you look at it, I heard it was like 12, maybe 13 flip times he rolled the thing. He said it rolled forever, so that was pretty incredible. And it was a green car.
He said it,
and it was
a green car. He said it was the most he's ever rolled, which I guess it's not hard to believe.
Kyle Larson's my new driver this year. You
got to meet him. Where'd you meet him at?
Daytona.
Okay.
Ever since then, he hadn't done very well.
He definitely wasn't around when we were going to the track, I guess, right?
No.
That's true. Ever since he met you, he hadn't done that.
Yeah,
probably hooked him up on some free beer or something, right?
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He's not a fan of beer. He never did like that.
Yeah,
he was taking flying lessons on the backstretch. But that's just I got to give a shout out to Suddy and all them boys back at the shop building that safe car from Chip Ganassi. Yeah, Brian's over there still, so they're a bunch of good guys, and
they are.
We'd love to go over there. I'd love to go over there and go.
Was Lynn Sherrill still over there?
No. Wendell, one of the Wendell boys is there.
That's right. Terry's still there.
Timmy Beaver, he's the truck driver. Replaced Jerry Schweitz.
Oh,
really? Yeah.
So anyway, in the end, the winner was Chase Elliott.
Elliott.
Yep. So
he is Bill,
Chevys.
Awesome Bill.
Yeah.
From Dawsonville, and Chase is from the same place. How about that one?
Imagine that.
Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, and Chase is from the same place.
Yeah, so that was sort of his neighboring state. So
they were ringing the siren last night, huh?
Oh yeah, they were.
That siren was going off.
In the so that was the top 3 or 4 Chevys were running together. That's one of the things that Ford was kind of lacking a little bit on. They're gonna have to get together on that. I mean, somebody's gonna have to say, "Listen, we're Fords. You got to stick together." That's all there is.
Well, if you remember, everybody's talking about how the SHR what they did back in October, right, at Talladega, but it actually started what a race or two back in Daytona. Remember the Daytona 500?
Yeah.
When the Toyotas all went to the
Yeah.
bottom. It was all 7 Toyotas, and that's when the first team orders were out, right?
Yeah.
And SHR did it last October, and Chevy perfected it again. But
Mm.
but how about those bumpers on the Chevys? They were like boats, right? You know, they don't match up good with those Ford bumpers where they're flat, right? And then and man, some
Yeah.
awesome racing. They're doing some great job for NASCAR.
Yeah.
It's on the rise, man. You know,
It is. I think it's going to come back. It's just
once
a matter
you're a
of time.
fan, you're always a fan.
You know, something else I thought about when I was doing my taxes, whenever I'm always trying to learn more stuff about taxes as a business owner and that kind of stuff. There's something I wonder if anybody's thought about. And I sent Suarez this text because I didn't make it to the show there night. And anyway, I was talking about the entertainment tax is gone. Like, you can't buy a bunch of tickets for your company and send them to the racetrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that write-off is no longer there.
Well, we got to talk to DT in the White House or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, and so that's bound to hurt some of the sport. Hurt some of the.
Boy, I tell you what,
no more writing off your box seats or your season's tickets and stuff anymore.
Back in the day, them hospitality days,
Just a thought.
DuPont used to have 500 guests, 800 guests, 1,000 guests at the track.
So no more writing that stuff off, you know. But I wonder if you can write it off as advertisement. I mean, there's ways
Let's
around
not talk
it.
Politics. This is NASCAR, baby.
There's some ways around
it. This ain't politics.
Well, we're talking about NASCAR as part of the.
All right. Okay.
Because they're sport. All right. So just Linda's asking, did you hear Blaney's remark? I don't know.
No, what did he say?
I don't know. Read an article that Bill missed the race because he was racing to also and won yesterday.
Yes, Bill was he was road racing.
He was racing also.
And he won and he led all the laps. It was like a vintage race.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool. How about that?
Oh, he was racing one of those old vintage races where they did the road course stuff.
Yeah.
I used to build some engines for that. At Carl Wagner's. So Carl Wagner passed away last week.
Yes. Engine builder.
Yeah. That was who I worked for 1 year in 2001.
Yes. And then Gary Hill passed away a couple of weeks ago. Another NASCAR artist.
Gary Hill was a buddy of mine.
Sam Bass, Gary Hill,
way back.
And Jeannie Barnes were the 3 NASCAR artists, that were kind of started sport.
I went to church with Gary Hill.
Yeah.
So every time he would come, and then he brought us a poster. He brought the whole shop. Well, I'm sure that Bill Davis paid for him, but when we won the 2002 Daytona 500, I got the poster that Gary signed, and Ward Burton, and Bill Davis, and all that stuff.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he was. Him and his wife.
He was like average Joe,
Oh, yeah.
Sam was a little, uppity, and it was cool, but I had a lot more fun with Gary.
Right. Sure. Yeah. So here's the total race result rundown. Let's see.
You're gonna do the whole rundown?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do top 10.
Okay.
So we had Chase Elliott win, Alex Bowman second, Ryan Preece, who had another good run.
So right there, stop right
good.
there. So the young guns were at the front. Finally, the young guns. Okay. There were some veterans missing out of that there.
Oh yeah, Daniel Hemrick's up there.
Hemrick, another one. Logano's the young gun.
And I don't know. See on NASCAR.com, it showed that Logano finished fourth and then Hemrick fifth.
Yeah, it's Talladega.
But so then Kurt Busch was sixth. Ryan Newman, another good run for him and his Ralph Ford. Eric Almirola.
Brendan Gaughan.
And then Kyle Busch is in ninth, and then Brendan Gaughan in 10th, which you don't hear his name very often. Basically, it's 6 Chevrolets, 3 Fords, and 1 Toyota in the top 10.
What's up? That's the boss right there.
What
stands out to me is Brendan Gaughan and Corey LaJoie finishing 11th. Corey LaJoie, those are good runs. These little teams, man, they don't have a whole lot of money, and they finish the race. They take that car, they go polish it up like little David's old Ford Thunderbird here, and they take it to Daytona come the end of June, right?
Oh, Corey came in. He came in the shop last week.
Yeah,
or a couple of weeks ago.
So that's good for those little guys, and tough for the front row motorsports cars. They wrecked out. We
were asking him about this. He had his whole face looked out like this, or on the car at Daytona. Right. They were asking him about it. He was like, he did not want that, but the guy
Old Spice.
That's what you're
commercial.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what you're doing.
How about this other fact? Okay, this is another fact that you may not know.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, my disclaimer: we all love Ford Blue. but that damn 18 car
Yeah.
finished in the top 10 again. So that's 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like how-
18 is in the top 10 for 10 of starting the season. That's a fact. Do you know what the record is? How many top 10s per year? Who holds the record?
Do
you know?
What do you mean, all time?
Yeah, well, just how many top 10s? Well, in the modern era.
I don't know. I wish.
It's not Richard Petty. Modern era. Anybody know?
Is he still driving?
Nope.
Oh, he's not driving anymore.
Nope.
You could have.
I can't read.
Gave us that detail.
Anybody? Jana. Hey, Nestle.
So
Jana's got a question for you.
It's got this little writing on this phone. I have to use my left eye. There we go. Hey, folks, I totally know what happened when the drivers need to go potty during the race. Sprayed and cleans it all.
Who is that? That's a smart race fan right there.
It makes them smell like beer.
Makes them smell because they got to go through the
other stuff.
The media shows.
Because some drivers had to, if they came from Indy, they had other ideas. But
that's right.
We won't get too much into details about that.
All right, keep going with your rundown.
So the rundown for this is actually the series standings. Now let's just do top 10. Let's say, let's do. I see some more Fords up there, so we'll do the top 12. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano in second, Denny Hamlin in third, Kevin Harvick in fourth, Brad Keselowski in fifth, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott seventh, Kurt Busch, and then Ryan Blaney in ninth, Clint Boyer 10th, Eric Almirola 11th, Daniel Suarez in 12th. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue ovals up there in the top 12. And then 3 Toyotas and 2 Chevrolets.
Hey, did you try
That's pretty good.
Vanilla orange Coke yet?
No.
I mean, because that was like all over the place.
Too much sugar.
Because I saw that there was hanging, there was a.
I've seen the commercials.
There was
deceiving. It sounds good.
On Facebook, there was a Facebook Live with hanging with Hot Pass or something with Regan Smith and Michael Waltrip and Caitlin Vincent.
And they were drinking those?
Well, it was all about it. It was promoted by.
I'm surprised athletes are even want to drink anything with sugar in it. Yeah.
Has anybody tried it? That's a good question. Has anybody tried the orange vanilla Coca-Cola driven by number 41?
I might have to just try it.
Suarez.
But see, I don't ever drink a whole soda. I might drink a half.
You know what? I'm really scared because if I try one and drink one, I might go, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Who is it? Suarez?
That's amazing. Yeah, it's Suarez.
Suarez is it? Yeah. Yummy, zero sugar.
That's amazing.
So they do it with the zero sugar.
There you go. See?
I don't know. Diet drinks are bad for you.
That's it. Oh, here come the stars of the show.
Of course, what's good for you anymore?
Hey, Charlie. What are you doing? Oh,
all right. So race results, we went over that, and we went over series standings. So I'll go over a few notes from the race. Like Kurt Busch's car failed pre-qualifying inspection twice, and will lose 15 minutes of practicing at the Munster Mile. And his crew chief was ejected. Ejected. Hey, Charlie. 3-car deck lid was confiscated. I'm not really sure. You think, Charlie? I'm not really sure why. Whatever happened or becoming that. Probably won't know anything till Tuesday or Wednesday on the 3 cars deck lid, rear deck lid. Did you hear anything about it?
No.
They had Bondo on it, so I heard. Who knows? So, So pre-race at Talladega, Stenhouse, Truex, Kyle Busch, Hamlin, Newman, James Sorensen, Cody Ware went to the back of the field for unapproved changes. Brendan Gaughan didn't qualify the car Saturday, but was back Sunday. Also started at the back, but he had a good finish too. He stayed out of trouble. I don't remember. I don't really think they had the big one. They had a pretty, but you know what? The cars I think are easier to dodge stuff a little more now. So, Charlie, I'm going to put you down, buddy. You are just a stinker. I don't know what these dogs get into. He's got a little bit of witness on him too. Thank you. All right. That's my buddy, though. Every time I get on a golf cart, Charlie jumps up there and goes with me. He smells with some food Tracy brought out here for me earlier. He jumps up on there, or he'll jump up in my truck and ride with me.
Rachel says she likes Miller Lite here.
She likes what?
Miller Lite.
Oh, beer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Support that sponsor. She's a huge Brad Keselowski fan. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go with that. All right.
Yeah. So some of the biggest surprises this year.
The biggest surprise.
Well,
Jimmy Johnson, number 48.
That was it.
Dude,
the Hendricks and the Chevys, but now the Chevrolet got that monkey off their back, but still, where was Jimmy in the race? I didn't.
Who's got worse luck, the 48 or the 42?
Let's see where Jimmy ended up.
Oh, like 38th.
Oh my goodness, 33.
33. Oh yeah, no. Harvick was 38th.
Yeah, Harvick's. Yeah. Like I said, I saw his hauler packing up and leaving.
Yeah.
The fact that Stewart Haas none of the Stewart Haas drivers have won.
I have another question here.
Yeah,
from Jana. Scott, what is the most beer that you've consumed at a single race event? What is each of your favorite racetrack and why? Boy, my wife just knows all the good questions, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the most beer, that's a hard one to do. It's gonna have to be either Talladega or Bristol because that usually involves moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of.
Yes, right. Speaking of, and good thing we don't go to Talladega and Bristol anymore. And
I was just thinking that's another subject. I just saw a whole jar of moonshine, and I can't remember where I saw it now. Anyway, I think I know where it was, but I don't really want to say. All right.
My two favorite racetracks are real simple. They're right off the bat.
Yeah,
it's always been Bristol and Talladega, right? I love Daytona and Charlotte and Darlington.
Yeah.
Bristol and Talladega are my two favorites. One I got engaged at and one I met.
Oh, of course. Yeah, so that's why she was quizzing you.
Right, quizzing me.
Good one. And did he pass?
Yeah.
I think he passed.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there you go, honey. But we've had a lot of fun at Daytona and Talladega.
So Kurt Busch is,
over and
Kurt Busch is
Pocono.
Did you get all your answer out?
Sonoma.
Did you answer both of her questions?
We had a lot of fun in Sonoma. If you ever get a chance to go to Sonoma, go to Sonoma. You will love it, man. I mean, it's just awesome. And just to drop into San Francisco and, don't hang out in the city. If you do, go by the wharf, but get across that bridge and go north, man, and go to Mount Hamel Heights. Go ahead, baby.
All right, Joey. Let's see. Kyle Busch looks like to be an early favorite for the 2019 championship. I just had this written down, but leading by 20 points in the first place, and average finish 3.9. So yeah, he's having a great season, but but it doesn't matter because we got all these Fords coming after him, and we got more Fords in the top 10, so our odds are even better than any other manufacturer right now. So no, just some different notes I got written down here, but we might go back to that because we're pushing it on some time. So we'll go ahead and start talking about Dover preview, and we'll go on to the quiz.
The Monster Mile.
Yeah, so we have the Dover International Speedway. You remember it used to be Dover. What was it? It wasn't International Speedway. It was something
Dover Downs.
Dover Downs. That's right. Yes, because Dover Downs, you had the horse track in there too.
In the middle,
kind of stuff in the middle.
Yeah,
which is still there.
It's an awesome track. It's like Bristol on steroids. Concrete, banking, unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
and it's like a roller coaster. When you dive off into the corner, you dive down into the big. It's like a concrete canyon. It's awesome. Man.
It changed the name in 2002.
Okay.
So as far as when I was going there, it was always Dover Downs. It broke ground in 1966 and opened in 1969. Nicknamed the Monster Mile, the mascot is Miles the Monster. In previous years, the track's name was White Lightning. The track's nickname was White Lightning.
White Lightning. Yep. That's when Kyle Petty won that race.
Yes, so I'm getting to that part.
Kyle Petty's last race he won.
Man, you just answered a quiz.
Oh, jeez. That was such a box of
actually, that wasn't a quiz question, but I had thought about making that a quiz question, so it's a good thing I did.
That's a good one.
It's a 1 mile concrete oval, 24-degree banking in the turns, 9-degree banking on the straights. Length of the straightaway is 1,076 feet.
Yep.
And it holds 95,500 fans.
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever put a tunnel in.
Well, no, they've got the crossovers.
That big catwalk.
They got two of the crossovers. That's the only track you can do that. The one going into turn 3, you can sit in you actually can sit in the chairs, and then the one in turn 2, you walk across. That's the crew that goes into the garage area.
Yeah,
that's why I used to have to lug 50 cases of beer across that thing, or wait in line when the It's a long story.
Yeah. All right. So, I took a transmission in one time. I had to go across that catwalk.
Yeah.
Took a transmission
Yep.
to the track. They were
Yep.
like, "Oh, we need this transmission. Can you bring it on race day?" So I roll in there. I get to the airplane. So I had to put it in the bathroom on the airplane. I got all the sinus stuff going on, but anyway,
Okay, hold on. We got questions here. So I am DHammiam says, why is Dover called the Monster Mile? Because
that's a monster.
the monster, it eats up the cars. They call it miles.
And
400 miles.
yeah, it used to be 500.
Yeah, it used to be 500 miles.
And that was a monster right there.
But that's why it's called, because it eats the cars up, and that's kind of been the caricature.
It's rough on tires.
Yep.
Concrete. I mean, even I seem like the pit wall was like a guardrail, if I'm not mistaken, but it wasn't real tall.
And then Delo,
that was a tough.
Is NASCAR changing setup for Chevys to get an advantage?
No,
that was just luck.
I would say that was just luck. I mean, Talladega.
Yeah. Ricky Stenhouse was within a whisker winning that race, and that would have been a really good dark horse to win, and all of a sudden, I don't even know what happened to Ricky. Somebody needs to call him up and find out what happened, because
he just spun out.
Yeah, he just spun out. I mean,
right into the wall.
He was tired, man.
I guess
maybe he's seen somebody with some moonshine over on the infield.
Maybe
I don't know. Okay.
Anyway,
so no advantage. And Rachel says, was the mascot Miles for Dover always there from the beginning, or did he come on later? Yeah, he came on later because it was called White Lightning, and it was right after, about a year or two after Kyle won there. Somehow they just came up with the mascot, and they got that big. It's a great time, man. They got a picture of them going over there. You walk up in the fans.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I got a story about Dover. I got a lot of stories about Dover. But one of the times when I was first going there, I was out there. It was in the evening time, and I was just checking out over the fans over there. And there's like a little mall right by the track there, and somehow they got some shopping carts, and they were having shopping cart races. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. There were some bruises and some banged heads, man. But they'd set up two cones, and they were running the shopping carts back and forth. Are, man.
I remember the old Food City 500 at Bristol with the big shopping carts. That's the one they need to be.
No, these are like real shopping carts. So yeah.
Golly. All right, so here's the. I'll go ahead and ask the quiz, and then you can fill in whatever you're going to talk about. Who won the first race at Dover? And the date was in July 6, 1969. So we'll go ahead. What else are you going to say there?
Rachel says, is Dover hard on engine too? Are they going to do the 550 there?
Yeah. I don't know that it's hard on the engines, though. And I don't think. I'll have to go back and remember
what was the temperature?
I don't think it's the 550.
What was the water temperature running this weekend on the engines?
Now, I can't talk about that stuff.
Wow, really? That's your answer?
Yeah.
Dude, that's company stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I heard they asked Doug Yates that on the radio, and he said, there's just some things I'm not going to talk about. You got
that right. Yeah.
So that's a key.
Yeah. I mean,
water temperature.
That's a big part of the success.
The beer man's listening, bro.
I
can't talk about that.
I mean, yeah, and I probably
don't ask the question, everybody.
One of these days I'll talk about this stuff, because we went through some of that stuff at Daytona years ago, and you may or may not remember. We went down there and just kicked everybody's butt because we had that stuff figured out.
Cooler water temperatures.
Yeah, we had all that stuff figured out.
Oh. So what you're saying is really not about the gaskets,
and it's
not
necessarily
the water.
Cool, right? I mean, hey, it's either way.
Okay.
So all right.
Maybe
so
it's hotter water temperatures,
maybe.
Oh well.
You got to look at the. I'll tell you sometime.
Okay.
All right. So in 1995, this is back to the Kyle thing. 1995, after becoming concrete, Kyle Petty won the June 4th race. And that was my first win on the team. I had started at the end of 94, but I didn't start going to the track right away. So I didn't start going to the track until after that win, because then we had a little bit of shaking up going on. Mike Ford was possibly leaving to Robert Yates Racing and that kind of stuff. And he was the jack man. So anyway, that was my first win. And I remember we went out to eat there at the Lancaster's barbecue. You remember doing that?
Mm-hmm.
That was where we went, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a lot different back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the team, we only had like what 20 people on the team. It seemed like it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But we went there and had like family style meal. And Barry Dodson was there, and all the Dodson brothers.
Well, if you're from South Carolina, it's Lancaster's.
Sorry,
And if you're from North Carolina, it's Lancaster's.
Bugging me. Yeah, it could be Lancaster,
Depends
Pennsylvania.
Depends on what side of Charlotte you live on.
I say, yeah. I've said Lancasters, and I've never said Lancasters. Lancaster, South
That's
Carolina,
right.
though.
Lancaster.
Yeah,
No, it's Lancaster.
Lancaster. Yeah, but
All right, keep going. What else we got here?
all right. So in 2004, the Munster Bridge was completed.
Yes.
Which is a glass enclosed structure that holds
Yes.
56 fans. I've never seen that one. Both races at Dover were 500 miles each, but however, 1997 was reduced to 400 miles, which was a godsend because 500 was crazy.
Yep.
What was that? What was the question?
The first time winner was Dilo comes in and says, first winner of Dover was Dilo was King.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Oh, King Richard.
Oh, King Richard.
Or something like that. Kyle's song.
Yep.
He gave me a cassette tape.
That's it.
And I remember
the belly
button song.
Belly button monster.
Yep, got it right. The winner of the quiz question was Dilo.
Dilo was the king, bro.
And it was the king.
Yep.
Yeah, Richard Petty.
From Randleman, North Carolina.
That's right.
Driving a 43 Plymouth.
So the fastest lap at Dover was set by Brad Keselowski on May the 30th, 2014.
Brad K.
164.444. Yeah. And as of 2017, Jimmy Johnson holds the most wins at 11.
Yeah.
And I kind of doubt that's going to happen this weekend.
Yeah.
So that was about all I had. We talked about Merle Fest. We talked about giving cancer the boot with Daryl Harwood.
If you're going to Dover this weekend, go to Sambo's Crab Shack. That's always a good place. Ever been to Sambo's?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude. We need to talk about the places we go to different places. You know, Sambo's is awesome, man. Go up there and get the blue crabs. We used to go to the Felton Fire Department. You ever come to the Felton Fire Department? We had that for like 4 or 5 years. We donated a cake to the Felton Fire Department, and they had all the crabs
coming in here.
And I always had a question: how they got that mustard inside those crabs when you open them up?
Well, if you pour a bunch of mustard out there in the river, I guess they must have a big supply of it. Right?
No,
and then they eat it. And
man, that's not mustard, dude. That's not mustard.
All right. If you like this shirt, or if you like something
Tell
like
them what it says.
It says, what this world needs is more banjo. I'm actually going to design some with different saying, like probably a guitar for Scott, maybe a harmonica, stuff like that. But I do have a bunch of different shirt designs.
That's right.
That I've come up with.
That's right.
And I'll put a link in here after the video's over. I'll pop that link to my t-shirt designs right here in the comments. And furthermore, if you have any comments and you have anything you want to ask, you can always come back on. So Tom made it.
Tom's here. Says nice hat, beer man.
Good deal.
Yeah, there's Rachel's here.
That's
Girl
the
power.
hat we wear in the Chillbillies in the parades and such. But if you don't mind, hit like on this video, please, because then that makes YouTube think, all right, this is a good video. People are liking it. And it also helps if you want to comment on the video after it closes out. Because then we can get shown to more people and have more people joining in with us next time. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you got any questions for me or Beer Man, I always have my notifications turned on. So I will see the notifications. And I will see your questions. And I can answer them anytime.
That's it.
I guess I could have turned that light on a little bit earlier. But anything except for technical questions on the engines. So we don't talk about some of that stuff. Is there any more questions coming in?
Let's see. I don't know. It looks like it's girl power.
So Kyle Larson has 2 DNS for wrecks in the past 3 races.
Kyle Larson's, yep, not good.
Not doing good at all.
He's going to Dover, and it's fast. I just think the new package, doesn't suit. the 42. You know,
Yeah.
and
This guy,
the way the one
I
car,
think he likes it loose.
the way Kurt Busch has come in, I really truly believe, you know, Kurt's only a sign up for a 1-year deal, one and done. But
yeah,
you know, I mean, you think those guys over there at Ganassi are pounding their chest, going, "Did you see Kurt Busch over there?"
yeah.
I mean, let's face it. We're watching the race, right? It was a 22 car. Joey Logano, his race, he was covering the line. I mean, it's about blocking.
Yeah.
And when the one car came up and he blocked the one car, it just opened up the lane for the 9 and those Chevys, and there was only a few more laps left. If there was more laps, that Ford train would have got together, and they would have came back and just drove by them Chevys.
That's right.
We know that would have happened.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's very true. That one move when he moved to the outside, and then here comes open up the lane for Chase to go right through.
Yeah.
Can't really say it was his fault, but if he had more help, that would have helped too. He'd have had more Fords up there. Of course, you know, if Harvick hadn't have got in the wreck early on, and Boyer, I mean, I think they would have been up there, and they would have been strong too. But
oh yeah,
you know, so it was just a bad
luck. Bubba got.
Fords
I don't know. Bubba got a run up on his buddy Blaney, and he tried to back off, and it just kind of ended in a bad wreck.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose because they are buddies.
Yeah. So it looks like it's the end
for sure. Yep. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And like I said, go on and comment. You got any more comments coming in?
No, I think my wife's going to tell me dinner's ready, and we're going to go in and get something to eat. You know.
All right.
Other than that, you know, it was a good. Oh well, yeah, I do got one thing.
Yeah.
How about Grant Lynch doing this "Gentlemen, Start Your Engines"? You know that was Grant Lynch. Go back and Google "Gentlemen, Start Your Engine." That's the track president of Talladega.
All right.
You know, could you imagine get the job being the track president?
Oh, that's a pretty big deal.
Man, I think I had my office set up.
You know,
I had my office set up on the backstretch. I had to be a portable trailer back.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me wonder when does he do the rest of the time. You know? But hey, I just go to an office and sit there and look at this track. I'm the president.
If you ever get a chance, definitely go to Talladega.
Have me a couple go-karts or something out there.
You got to stay after dark because that's when it really gets fun.
Yeah.
You know, have a designated driver or sleep in your car or your camper or whatever. And then if you're around Dover, go check out the Dover race this weekend. It goes Dover, Kansas, and then here in Charlotte. Yeah.
Yeah. So Charlotte is going to be here before you know it.
So Dover, Kansas, Charlotte, and we'll see y'all.
Yeah, if anybody's planning on coming down to Charlotte, let us know. Maybe we can meet up or something. We'll see you then. See you down somewhere near the track. It's usually when I take off and go to the beach or somewhere.
That's right.
That week.
That's right.
In Charlotte.
No, I'll be going. I'll be going to the islands, so I won't even be around.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But
yeah, you'd be calling me from the Bahamas.
And yes, you're correct. Dinner is waiting. Tracy and I already had our dinner. So they already ate without us.
Yeah, well, she brought me some out here earlier. So
there we go.
All right, anyway, thanks for watching and click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And tune in next Monday night. We'll be back and 7:30. Always at 7:30. Beer Man won't be here, but I'm sure Tracy will jump in. I'll try to do a different location. I didn't do it this time because I ended up having to take a mower when I got home. Yeah, that's a long story, but so I didn't have time to go set up. I want to set up out at a tiki bar. But it might take some time to blow out the leaves and all that stuff sometimes. So anyhow, y'all be good.
Remember,
we'll see you next time.
Remember, once you're a fan, you're always a fan.
Hey, yes, go out and buy the products. Go to Napa to get your auto parts and go buy you some Mountain Dew or whatever.
Happy race day, everybody.
That's right. See you next time.
See you.